Hi, my name is Solo P1 and today I'm going to be talking about the 2018 F1 Mexican Grand Prix qualifying. And yes, it is now 1:30 in the morning. The Grand Prix, the qualifying match finished about a couple of hours ago. I decided to sit down, watch a film, chill out, relax with friends, and I've just gone home now and I've decided to do the video. I am a bit tired, but I'm still gonna bang it out. I will be doing, because I was thinking about doing it in the morning. I thought no, I'm gonna do it now. After this I'll go and get some sleep. I'll go to bed, go and get some sleep, get a few hours, get up tomorrow nice and fresh, have dinner with family, and that's what we all do on Sundays, we relax with the families. It's like a day off from work. Wherever you are in the world, if you are doing that, it's only a good thing, isn't it, really? Sunday's a day you sit at home and you relax, watch the telly, eat the dinner, go and see your parents, whatever, your loved ones. And that's what I'll be doing tomorrow. But I'm going to be doing that from my place, my house. And then after that, we'll relax and have a nice evening and watch the Mexican Grand Prix race, which is tomorrow. It will be interesting, just like the qualifying, which I'll be getting to in a minute. I know you're probably bored of me talking about my life or whatever. But I thought I'd start the video off different instead of just going straight into it. Trying to let you know a bit more about myself, what I do on a Sunday. That's probably my favourite day of the week, Sunday. It's a day where I can just completely relax, do nothing, watch F1 if it's on, or if it's not on, watch something else, eat the Sunday dinner, or Sunday scran, or whatever you call it, wherever you are in the world. Yeah, that's what I do on a Sunday. I love Sundays. I look forward to Sunday. After a hard week of working and doing this and do a bit of this, bit of that, I look forward to Sundays where I could just relax with the family or with friends or loved ones, whatever. And I hope wherever you are in the world, wherever you are, that you have a good Sunday. So now, enough about me. Let's get into qualifying. Now, I kind of saw this coming. Put it this way, I'm happy for Ricciardo. If anybody does, I know I've said this for over and over again in my previous videos about Ricciardo, but if anybody deserves a pole, P1, and a win tomorrow, because tomorrow he's my favourite. I want him to win tomorrow. I would love him to win tomorrow. Ricciardo. He's only got a couple of races left, and he's heading off to France to be a Renault driver. He's got a couple of races left. He's got this one, Mexico, tomorrow. And today now, because it's 1:30 in the morning. So he's got the Mexico today. And in 2 weeks' time, he's got Brazil and then Abu Dhabi. And that's him done. Done from Red Bull. He's been at Red Bull for about 10 years now. Coming up to 10 years. He's been on the Red Bull program for at least 10 years. And it's going to be emotional for him when he leaves Red Bull, I'm sure. But if you're a true F1 fan and you've studied it year in, year out, and you've seen this guy, Daniel Ricciardo, you know he's one of... Listen, I don't know him personally, but when I see him on the screen, it seems like he's a nice guy. He seems like every time you give him an interview, if someone gives him an interview on TV, he doesn't come across arrogant like some drivers. He always comes across like he's a nice person, funny, quick wit. He seems like a nice guy you want to be around, put it that way. That's what I'm trying to explain. That's what I'm trying to say. But if anybody deserves a bit of good luck, it's that guy there, Daniel Ricciardo. Anybody on that grid who deserves good luck is Daniel Ricciardo. And I would love to see him go out on a high. He's got P1 now, and I'd like him to come into start tomorrow, keep the position, stay ahead, and win the Grand Prix. Put it this way: tomorrow, Hamilton wins the championship, Ricciardo wins the race. Perfect Sunday, and Alonso coming third, getting on the podium. That would be the perfect weekend for me. Now, I'm not going to get into all the qualifying through qualifying 1 to 2, Q1, Q2, Q3. I'm not going to do that now. It's late. I just want to get through it. I want to put on. I want to do a decent review. It's not going to be long now. I'm just going to get through it. Yeah. But my thoughts on tomorrow. Well, my thoughts on today. That Daniel Ricciardo deserved the P1. No, listen. I thought this is before qualifying started. I was sitting down. I watched yesterday. I watched the practices. Red Bull was doing well, but it's the same thing every couple of weeks and every race. You think to yourself they're going to do well in practice, and when it comes to the qualifying, when Mercedes and Ferrari turn up that little party mode on the car, the turbo, as soon as you get to the last Q3, that the Mercedes and the Ferrari are going to blow them away. And that's what I thought, but I always thought that Red Bull had a chance. I thought Max Verstappen was at least going to get on the podium. I never thought in my wildest dreams that Ricciardo was going to get on the podium. I'm going to get on the front grid tomorrow. Never, ever did I ever thought that he was going to get on the front grid. No chance. Honestly, before it started, before Q3, my favourites were Hamilton P1, Bottas P2, and P3, maybe either Max Verstappen, maybe Ricciardo. But Ricciardo was outside. I thought Max Verstappen was going to do it. Especially that time that he done right at the end in Q3. You know, when there was about 5 minutes ago, and then he got fastest lap, Max Verstappen. And I thought, whoa, no one's going to beat that time. I thought no one's going to beat that time. No chance. No chance that anyone's going to beat that time. And then there was a couple of minutes ago, the guys came in, they came back out again. And they started doing the out laps, warming up the tyres. And then they went for the fast lap. And Ricciardo come out with a monstrous lap. Monstrous. Fastest lap of the track ever. At the Mexican Grand Prix. Daniel Ricciardo come out of nowhere. It's like he was saving it. He was savouring it all weekend. He's thinking, I got a good lap in me. I'm going to save it right to the end. A bit like what Lewis Hamilton does. He waits to the last 1 minute. And then he comes out and he bangs it. Just like Lewis Hamilton done in Singapore. And like he did in Silverstone as well. So, when Daniel Ricciardo got P1, yeah, obviously, as usual, you got the no mark commentary, biased commentary from Sky Sports. Paul D'Este, little fat Johnny, and they were saying, oh yeah, Max Verstappen's going to be the youngest ever pole sitter. He's going to beat Sebastian Vettel's record. I've got to admit, I thought he was going to do it. I thought Max Verstappen, not at the beginning of the qualifying, but towards the end, the last 4 minutes when he got that fastest lap, Max Verstappen, before they went back in, before Ricciardo got his fastest lap, I thought he's going to do it. This is Max Verstappen. I thought, this is it now. If he doesn't get P1, Max Verstappen is a choker. This was it. This separates the men from the boys. This separates great from legend. Legend, when you're a great this separates a good driver from a great driver. A good driver can consistently win the odd race, win whatever. They can win a race, get a pole now and again. But a great driver, someone like a Ayrton Senna, someone like a Michael Schumacher, someone like a Jackie Stewart, someone like a Niki Lauda, someone like a James Hunt, someone like a Nigel Mansell. The list goes on. Alan Frost. You know. Fangio. The great Fangio. Juan Martin Fangio. 5-time world champion. 5 different constructors. That will never be beaten. But anyway, what I'm saying is, A legendary driver is when the pressure's on. The pressure was on Max Verstappen. It was his time. It was his day. The commentary was putting the mouth on it, the typical boys commentary, especially Paul di Resta. Paul di Resta is the funniest commentary. He's so jealous of Lewis Hamilton. I've said this time and time again. 2 weeks ago, he was saying he was the biggest Mercedes fan. But the thing about it, right, he said he's the biggest Lewis Hamilton fan. He said he's the biggest Mercedes fan. But he spent all season running Lewis Hamilton down. Every chance he gets, he runs Lewis Hamilton down. Every chance. Paul di Resta. You got little fatty Johnny Herbert. But Johnny Herbert, sometimes, he gives Hamilton credit. Which he should. Obviously he should. And then now and again, a few commentators snipe him. Snipe little snidey comments. But flipping Paul di Resta, he can't shut up. It's all about Max. Max is the future. You watch Max. Max is going to get the fastest time. He's going to beat Sebastian Vettel. Oh, yes, he's going to beat Sebastian Vettel. Youngest ever pole sitter. Youngest ever in the history of F1. But did he do it? No, he never. No, he never. That's what happens in Max Verstappen's pants. That's what happened. His arse went. The drip come down of his back. Started flickering his arse. His arse flickered. And he panicked. And he choked. That's exactly what happened. He choked. Daniel Ricciardo was the hungrier man at the time. He was hungry. He wanted more food off the plate. That qualifying. And that's why he got P1. Oh, listen. Before the Grand Prix, they was all saying it. It was Red Bull's track. And evidently, it is Red Bull's track. They've got the perfect car for this track. But Daniel Ricciardo, when it mattered, was there. He got P1. I'm not saying Max Verstappen's not a brilliant driver. He's got a big future in front of him. A very big future in front of him. But today, qualifying 3, the last minute, he had a chance to be the youngest ever pole sitter, and he choked. Lewis Hamilton wouldn't have choked. Michael Schumacher wouldn't have choked. Niki Lauda wouldn't have choked. Nigel Mansell wouldn't have choked. Jackie Stewart wouldn't have choked. Juan Fangio wouldn't have choked. Ayrton Senna wouldn't have choked. But Max Verstappen choked. And that's all I'm saying. No disrespect to Max Verstappen. He's a great driver. He's going to be a multiple world champion. Definitely. But this was his time to build on his legacy, which is yet to be written. It will be written, but it's yet to be written. This could have been the beginning of his legacy starting now. Youngest ever pole sitter. Maybe in a couple of years' time, world champion. Pole this, P1, P2, whatever. He could have started his legacy. But he choked. And he's only got 2 races left. He's got Brazil, Abu Dhabi, then it's done. It's over. No more youngest pole sitter. Vettel will hold that record. And that's all I'm saying. But Daniel Ricciardo, congratulations to Daniel Ricciardo. So happy for him. Well deserved. And tomorrow, like I says, I'm going to go for the standings first, how it finishes. Qualifying, yeah, Daniel Ricciardo first. Second, Max Verstappen. Third, Lewis Hamilton. So you got the front row. Daniel Ricciardo, Max Verstappen. Front row. They're the top 2. Daniel Ricciardo, Max Verstappen. And then third, Lewis Hamilton. He's going to hit him. And Sebastian's going to be on the second row. And then you got Valtteri Bottas, 5th place. 6th place, Kimi Räikkönen. 7th place, Nico Hülkenberg. 8th place, Carlos Sainz. 9th place, Charles Leclerc. 10th place, Marcus Ericsson. 11th place, Esteban Ocon. 12th place, Fernando Alonso. He went out in Q2, Fernando Alonso, and shame for him, but I don't think he cares. He's going to be going to the Indy 500 next year, and I guess he's going to win that as well. So I don't think Daniel Ricciardo's really... not Daniel Ricciardo, Fernando Alonso. Fernando Alonso, I'm going to miss him. I know there's only 2 more races to go. People say he might come back. I don't know. I hope he does come back. I hope he wins his Triple Crown and maybe he gets lured back into F1. It would be very nice. But at the moment now, he's going. He's got 2 more races to go. He's got 3 more races. He's got Mexico, Brazil and Abu Dhabi, and then he's gone. Hopefully he can come back the year after if he does get the Triple Crown. Then 13th place, you got Sergio Perez. You got 14th place, Brendan Hartley. 15th place, Pierre Gasly. 16th place, Romain Grosjean. 17th again, but Romain Grosjean. 17 races in a row now, hasn't out-qualified his teammate, Romain Grosjean. No, not Romain Grosjean. Stoffel Vandoorne in 17th. So 17 races. He hasn't out-qualified his partner, Fernando Alonso at McLaren. And it's a shame because he's a good driver, but he ain't got much to play with, has he? No, it was Alonso, but obviously it's Alonso's experiences getting him through. Now you got Kevin Magnussen at 18th. It was a bad day for him, Kevin Magnussen. The Haas not really running that well. Last few races, been falling behind, but hopefully next season they can come around. Kimi Räikkönen will be going there next. No, not Kimi Räikkönen. He's going to be going to Sauber. So hopefully, yeah. That's just Kimi. I'm not Sauber, but now Haas, hopefully Kevin Magnussen, and I'm glad he got a new contract. So he's going to be there next year. Kevin Magnussen with Haas Ferrari. Hopefully he has a better season next year, and hopefully he has a good race tomorrow and Brazil and Abu Dhabi. 19th, Lance Stroll. 20th, Sergio Sirotkin, last, and that's it. And that's how it finished. The standings, well, you know the standings. That comes tomorrow, starting the grid. And I've got some audio footage. Obviously, I can't show the video. Sorry that if the video is a bit late, a bit short tonight, but I'm really tired. I just want to get through this. I want to get the content out. I hope it's a good video, but if it is, whatever, just put your comments below. Negative comments, positive comments. I'd like to hear your feedback. But I just thought to myself, there's nothing much to talk to about today, really. There was nothing really dramatic happened in the practice sessions either, or qualifying, really. In the qualifying, you had practice session, you had Bottas had a hydraulic problem. That was in practice, but I don't really cover the practice, but I'm going to say it now anyway. He had a hydraulic problem. And Bottas, but they got that fixed for qualifying just. So good luck for him today as well in the race. So go through. See, we've got some qualifying highlights. Qualifying highlights. I'm going to play the qualifying highlights so you could hear. I'll run a commentary if you can hear me over the video as well, over the qualifying highlights. Qualifying highlights are just over 6 minutes long, so they're not that long. I might not say nothing so you could hear the audio. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play it now. Here we go.
Days like this, after the season you've had, you think karma...
Oh, that's the... Sorry. That's the interviews. So let's get these qualifying highlights. Here we go. Q1 now.
Magnussen really struggling on this track, stays in that bottom 5 at the moment. Gasly, who will start right at the back of the grid, would love to get into Q2 and does so. 11th fastest, but what about his teammate Brendan Hartley? Hartley is 10th fastest, pushes Vandoorne down to the cusp, and it's Lance Stroll and Charles Leclerc still on the track. Leclerc pushes Vandoorne into the bottom 5 and he just gets out of Q1. Marcus Ericsson is next. He goes 11th fastest, puts Grosjean down into the bottom 5. Haas have 2 cars out in Q1 for the second year running. running.
So Grosjean, Van Dorn,
Williams
Magnussen,
with
Stroll,
two
and
cars
Sutkin,
out
both
in
were not
Q1. Kevin Magnussen and Romain Grosjean, two
Sutkin
Hasses
must be
out in
getting used to
Q1
this
as
now.
well. And Stoffel
Been like this
Van
for the
Dorn
last 7, 8
for the
races.
12th
Van Dorn gone
consecutive
again.
race,
Q1.
out in Q1 and out qualified by his teammate for the 23rd race in a row.
23rd race, not 17.
So we're officially opening the pit lane for business then. Gasly,
Q2
Alonso,
now.
Ocon, Perez and Hartley, the bottom 5 at the moment. So Leclerc will see the checkered flag and he remains in 9th place. Can't increase his pace. Can Fernando Alonso move himself up? He does, to 11th. Decent lap from Fernando Alonso, but not good enough, sadly, for him to get to Q3. We're on board now with Esteban Ocon, who is setting personal bests, but will these personal best sectors turn into a time for the top 10? No, by a couple of tenths. He misses out. He's 11th fastest, but that could just be where Force India would like to start the race. Sainz goes 7th fastest, completing the lap. Verstappen, but not increasing his time. Hulkenberg goes 7th fastest now. Here's Marcus Ericsson, who's in 10th and stays in 10th, so he's at risk from this man. Brendan Hartley, who crosses the line just over half a second down, sadly, in 13th place for him. Can Sergio Perez move up? He can, but only into 13th. So Fernando Alonso, the orange,
Ocon, Alonso, Perez,
Haas, sandwich between Ocon
Hartley
and
Gasly goes out in Q2.
Great disappointment there for the Mexican fans with Perez,
Shame about
down
Perez.
in 13th.
People call him Checo. I don't like Checo. I call him Perez.
Now
it's Q3.
Max Verstappen chasing Sebastian Vettel's record
This
of
is
the
when I
youngest
thought
pole
this is
sitter
when I
ever. Vettel defending it hard. Verstappen crosses the
That's
line.
when I thought Verstappen was
going to
get it.
onto provisional pole, and it's by quite
I thought
a big
Verstappen was
margin
gonna
as
get it then.
well. Max
In
Verstappen
Q3, there was 7 minutes
looking
ago. I
good
thought,
here in
there we go.
Mexico.
I thought he's going to get it. He's going to
This
get
is
the
where
youngest
they earn their
ever
big
pole
money.
sitter.
Cars released, and as
And
Christian
then
was
they come
pointing
back
out
out
there,
again
there's
3
not a
minutes
whole
ago
lot
like
they
they
could
always
do
do.
now. They've got the best
Turbo
setup,
turned up for the Ferrari and the
put him out on
Mercedes.
the racetrack. It's down to the driver now.
There we go.
So Kimi Raikkonen very much on the pace, but Sebastian Vettel finding further pace further back.
Yes, not even a personal best for Kimi that first sector, but it's near enough that it's still all to play for him.
Elsewhere, a 27.2 for Leclerc, a 27.3 for Sainz in the first sector, a 27.1 for Daniel Ricciardo, a 27.0 for Valtteri Bottas, and Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen are just
Vettel and
starting
Bottas had
their
horrible
flying laps
sectors.
right now.
All
Kimi
yellow.
is in contention, but he's still not
Don't know
putting
what happened
personal
there.
best sector times in, Martin.
No, it's not really working out that
Well,
well
Hamilton
for
was
Kimi at
gonna
the
snap
moment.
it
A
at the
few
end,
corners to go.
but no, it
it's
weren't to
difficult to
be.
make such a
It weren't to
difference
be.
in this part. He runs
All he's
right
got
up
a
against
contract,
the wall,
Hamilton now,
heads
win
for the
the
line, comes
championship.
up quickly and stays
Just
where
a championship
he
for
was.
Hamilton. That's what he's
So
going to
let's look at his
concentrate now.
teammate. Sebastian Vettel then was on provisional pole and misses out on provisional pole.
Vettel misses
the
out.
second time of
Verstappen time
asking.
still standing
He stays second
from the last lap
fastest.
they've done.
Valtteri Bottas stays
Bottas
fifth
having a go.
fastest. Daniel Ricciardo has
No,
put the
no
best
move from the
middle
Bottas.
sector together that we've seen so far.
There's Ricciardo.
And goes on to provisional
go.
pole in the process.
Dan Ricciardo. Monster lap.
has
He had
beaten
two.
his teammate
The
by
last two sectors were
2/100ths of a
purple.
second. Can
Monster.
Verstappen now fight back? Can Hamilton
Fastest
fight
track
back?
record.
They're both in
Ricciardo.
contention for pole position here. Max Verstappen
There's Max
is
Verstappen
in
now.
pole today.
No.
He misses out, and he's been denied by his teammate Daniel Ricciardo. Lewis Hamilton
There's
next
Hamilton
across the
having a go.
line. He's only third fastest, but crucially in the championship battle starts ahead of Sebastian Vettel. And just as we were ready to celebrate the youngest pole sitter ever, the Aussie came up right at the last moment and said, "No, I'll have a pole position instead."
And he finished P1. Nice job, mate. Good luck.
Woo! Yes!
That was a very good lap. Nice job.
From the zero feeling in Austin and his 7th DNF of the season to the hero feeling in Mexico, Daniel Ricciardo producing a scintillating lap to give Red Bull their first front row lockout since USA 2013. Verstappen, I wonder if that's a display of how he's feeling at the moment, Martin, as he doesn't put the brakes on in time and crashes into the board.
Yep. I've got to admit, when Daniel Ricciardo got that pole, Christian Horner was he was shocked. I saw his face. He didn't look like he was happy. Not to me, he didn't. It looked like he's thinking maybe Max should have got it. But now Ricciardo's going. He shifts towards Max. A little bit. maybe more than a little bit. But Ricciardo got it anyway. And I'm happy for him. And I hope he wins tomorrow as well. I hope he wins tomorrow. Like I said at the beginning of the video. I hope Ricciardo wins tomorrow. And wherever Hamilton finishes, as long as he wins the championship tomorrow. As long as Hamilton wins the championship tomorrow and Ricciardo wins the race, that would be the perfect weekend for me. So, this is the review of the 2018 F1 Mexican Grand Prix qualifying. I'm sorry if it wasn't long today, but it is now 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to get to bed, try and get some sleep, and that's it. I'm signing out, solo_P1. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, SoloP1, YouTube. Click the like button, hit subscribe, whatever. Twitch, Solo_P1. And one thing before I go, I was supposed to get Red Dead Redemption 2 on Friday. I pre-ordered it. I got the deluxe edition. I got everything. I got the steel case, game exclusive. But for some reason, it didn't come. I phoned up Gamer, says, where's my game? They said it's coming Saturday. Phoned up Saturday, didn't come. Phoned up Saturday, they said to me, it should have come Saturday, it's going to come Monday now. Because it's high demand. Postman should have delivered it Friday. But I said, look, I pre-ordered this ages ago. I want my game. And I said, it's definitely coming Monday. So hopefully it comes Monday. If it comes Monday, I'll do an unboxing and I'll stream it as well. And I'll upload everything to my channel. For my YouTube and my Twitch. I've recorded a video today. The Lego villain. The new game, Lego Villains. Steel case edition, exclusively to game. Comes with all the season pass and everything. I've done an unboxing of that. I'll upload that later as well. So you guys look out for that on my YouTube channel. And that's it really. That's Solo P1 signing out of the review of the 2018 F1 Mexican Grand Prix qualifying. Solo P1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm off to bed. Bye.